It's your boy Z the Real here. I'm back with another video. I know I ain't been here in a while, but I'm back to talk about something I feel that's becoming a major problem. That's going to become a problem. It's like if you're a straight man, you can't really have too much of an opinion on it. Okay. Now I'm going to basically reveal the agenda, and I'm going to tell you who's an actual sellout. Okay. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you who the real sellouts are. This is because let me make one thing very clear before I continue. Because see, a lot of people that come on my videos, they don't understand what I be talking about. You know, they misunderstand me. They don't understand why I do what I do. But when I defend these celebrities, I defend the ones that ain't selling out. When I defend a lot of these artists, okay, or these athletes, I defend the ones that stay true to themselves. You know, I defend the ones that's not willing to do certain things for the bag or just to get to a certain level. Okay. You know, oftentimes I've defended Jay-Z. You know, I defended a lot of other artists, but I'm gonna show you the ones who sell out versus them, because there's been a lot of artists that are innocent. And if I had to check a lot of different YouTubers over the last 6-7 years I've been on here and had my channel, because there's a lot of people that are so-called, they call themselves truthers. They call themselves trying to expose the industry, but they exposing the wrong people. So I'm gonna show you the type of people that need to be talked about, and I'm gonna show you what the agenda is, and then we're gonna hear a couple of opinions from other people who feel the same way I do. First off, let me just start off right now by saying I think it's very, very weird for a heterosexual man, if you're a straight man and you're supposed to be married with kids, and you never announce that you're gay, you never announce that you're out the closet, okay, you never basically came out with a statement saying that you like dressing in drag like a Dennis Rodman would have, okay? You never once told reporters or told the media that you like to dress in women's clothing to express yourself. Especially if you haven't done what Bruce Jenner, when he changed his name to Caitlyn, right? You haven't done one of those, all right? I find it very weird that you decide to get into the fashion industry and start wearing a dress like this man here, Mr. Russell Westbrook, who is now the starting point guard of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, for those of you who are living on a rock or you ain't been knowing in the know what's been going on, Russell Westbrook recently, about a couple of weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, this man basically went to New York to basically model. Now, everyone knows Russell Westbrook has been in fashion for quite a while. As you see all these pictures to the left here, this is just some of his trends, some of his clothes, right? You got the representing Crenshaw, Nipsey Hussle. He is from LA. He's from Rolling Hundreds. That's a set. That's the hoodie he was raised around. Okay, you got him rocking the vest. Okay, that's masculine, right? I ain't got a problem with this. This appears to be questionable. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but at least the man is wearing jeans and some boots. But it looks like he's wearing a scarf. It appears to be wearing some golf stuff. I don't know what it is, but that's weird. Okay, this is straight here. Okay, I don't got a problem with these, but this here, right? I have y'all know that this is the first time where Russell Westbrook is actually rocking a skirt. That appears to be a bottom appears to be a women's skirt. Now, I had an ex-girlfriend named Sharon who wore a bottom just like that, or something similar to that, right? She wore a skirt almost appears to be like that. And I'm going to let y'all know right now, that's not a kilt. A kilt is much shorter than that. What Serge Ibaka wore, that one time he had the white coat with the white tee, that was a kilt. Kilts are all unisex. They all about the same length. That right there is a skirt. Notice it goes far below your knees. That's a skirt and or a dress. And this top appears to be something made for a woman. Okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. Ain't no man wearing this type of outfit. That shirt comes out the women's department. And so is this skirt. And he's wearing these boots. And he's also wearing leggings under. Alright? Now, I had y'all know that this man recently did this because he's trying to get into fashion. He's trying to get to a certain group, a certain level. Now, every celebrity artist didn't necessarily do this. And I have y'all know that I'm somebody who came from the fashion industry myself. I used to model back from 2010 all the way until 2014. Now, me and my baby sister, Zipporah, we both graduated from Barbizon. My mom paid $6,000, $3,000 a piece for each child. Right? So, true story, you know. We taking my sister to go to audition for a barbershop. Now, me, I remind you, I wasn't even trying to get into the fashion industry. I wasn't even trying to model. That's not something I want to do. Now, I was more so trying to be behind the camera recording. That's what was kind of my background at the time. I was at LBCC going to school for radio and television. Plus, I was playing football. I think I was playing semi-pro ball because my college career wasn't going the way I wanted it to. So I started playing semi-pro ball for the Long Beach Lions. So I wasn't even trying to get into the fashion industry. And then there's a woman named Sheila. I was just walking around and she told me, you're a very handsome young man. You got good looks, you got good features. How would you like to be a model? I'm like, that's not something I really want to do. I'm doing something else. Well, why don't you think about it? Give this to your moms, and we see your sister. Your sister's doing very well. Modeling just might be your calling. So I tell my mom about what the lady told me, and she's all like, son, the Holy Ghost told me to tell you to apply as well. And I said, Mom, I don't really want to be a model. This is a porous thing. Because I know how my sister is. I know how she could get. She feels I'm trying to take her spotlight. She know I'm doing something else. I wasn't trying to take her shine. But my mom said the Lord told me that I should apply. So, I'm listening to my mom, I applied. Knowing full well how much it's going to cost my parents, I did it anyway. And lo and behold, I did pretty well each week. Each week they was calling me up to present myself. Whether I'm modeling or I'm basically acting, right? They called me up. And then fast forward to December 2010, me and my sister graduated. And I had a couple of I'm not gonna lie, I had a couple of offers. I had a couple of contracts. I mean, I think my first gig was Victorious. I started doing a couple of photo shoots with barbers on. Then my first gig was Victorious. My manager is Richard Gatewood, and me and him clicked up at our church. Cause I found out he had a background in modeling. So we started doing it for a couple of years, and he started hooking me up with a director named Paris Milan, Johnny Tarong, and a few others. I think I done that about 4 years, but never in my modeling career had I ever been rocking dresses or skirts. Okay, that wasn't a thing back then. This didn't start going on until recently in the last 5 years, where you start getting these men wearing skirts and dresses. But when I was modeling, that wasn't around then. Because for one, I'm masculine. But two is like, I wasn't going to do it. Eventually, I would have to do it. Now, eventually, I think I saw that things started getting weird. And one of the reasons why I got up, because I didn't want to be rocking this. Okay? And now, for those who follow my social media, I posted 2 pictures where I told y'all that real men, real straight men are rocking, they don't wear skirts or dresses. And because I had an opinion on this, people start talking to me. They start calling me a homophobe. All right? They start questioning my insecurities. They try to say, oh, he's a grown man. He got all this money. He can do whatever he wants. Okay, I understand he can do whatever he wants. And I understand that the man is taking care of his kids, but that ain't got nothing to do with the message that this brings behind. Now, everybody got on Dwayne Wade because Dwayne Wade's in the fashion industry. He been wearing a couple of dresses. And people have gotten on Dwayne Wade for exposing his son Zion around that. And now his son Zion wants to be a woman. And I remember doing a video on that. Now, I myself said that I don't agree with how him and Gabrielle, I don't agree with them telling the, I don't agree with how they raising a child, because I wouldn't agree with it, but at the end of the day, that's their business. I would not raise a child the same way. I'm on record saying that if I name Zion wants to be a woman, he got to wait till he's 18. I said that. But I also said that they have the right to raise the child they want to raise them because that's their child. I don't agree with them taking the child to a gay pride parade. I don't agree with how they may be raising a child, but that's not my business. And people need to leave him alone with that, but still. Dwayne Wade has a son in fashion, and his son wanted to be a woman and start rocking dresses. Same thing with Stu Star. Stu Star is openly gay and is also wearing skirts and dresses. Okay, they open with their sexuality. So I guess Russell Westbrook here is trying to right now, right? I'm doing what I gotta do to make this money, get this bag. I'm willing to wear this dress, so he may be transitioning. So I posted another picture where I'm basically humoring him. I'm embracing the fact that he wants to model this. He wants to be rocking women's clothes, looking like a woman. And people still got on me saying I'm a sexist and this and that. Now, let me make one thing very clear. I'm a man who has an opinion about this. And I'm not homophobic. How am I homophobic? For those of you who say I'm homophobic, right? I got a problem with the LGBTQ and I'm prejudiced. How am I being prejudiced and how am I homophobic when Russell Westbrook had never once announced that he's gay? He's never once announced that he's transsexual or out the closet or that he's bisexual. I understand that the man is married to a woman and he got kids, but for him to be wearing a dress like that is weird to me. But This man has never once announced that he likes to cross-dress or that he's a drag queen. So I can't be possibly being homophobic if the man himself is not gay. Being homophobic is somebody who has a problem with gay people. He has a problem with the way they dress and the way they act. All right? Let's get that out the way now. See, I understand that I could come off as being very, very, like, harsh, but I come from a right place. And I'm going to break this down. That 25 years ago, this was not accepted. Okay? When I was in high school, right, in middle school, you didn't see no basketball players wearing dresses like that, except for Larry Johnson. And Larry Johnson was just doing his grandmama. Larry Johnson didn't like wearing no dress outside the cameras. See, men in Hollywood, like comedians like Martin Lawrence and Tyler Perry, right? Jamie Foxx, and even what was it? You had what's the other comedian? You had Damon Wayans on Even Living Cover with David Alan Grier. You've also had Kevin Hart. Even though those men have wore dresses in camera to try to be funny because they're comedians, off camera that's not what they're doing at all. They don't wear no dress because that's not their sexuality. They're masculine men. Tyler Perry's on record saying that he gives honor to God. When that man got his humanitarian award a couple of years ago, the man gave honor to God. And I met Tyler Perry in real life at the Huff Awards, sponsored by Judge Maybelline. She does every year. I don't know if she's been doing it recently, but I went to one in 2009 because my pastor at the time, Ronald C. Hill, was getting honored. And I ran into him. I ran into Demetri McKinley, Loretta Devine, even the bad guy from Daddy's Little Girl is the main villain. Those are all straight dudes. And Tyler Perry's been married to the same woman for years, and he also has a daughter. But you don't see Tyler Perry rocking skirts or dresses outside of the Medea character. The man has admitted he only wears the Medea character because that's what people want to see him in. But Tyler Perry don't necessarily need to have the Medea character to be a great actor. The man's played roles where he doesn't have to be a Medea character. He plays it very well. No, Tyler Perry doesn't wear a dress outside the camera. All right? And neither does Martin Lawrence and Jamie Foxx. They don't do that. Okay? And matter of fact, let's talk about Dave Chappelle, the other comedian. Now, Dave Chappelle is one of the most funniest comedians. In my opinion, Dave Chappelle is like top tier. He's like top level funny. Now, no disrespect to Mike Epps, Kevin Hart, right? No disrespect to AJ Johnson. Rest in peace. He just passed away just this week. Rest in peace to AJ. No disrespect to the Bernie Macs, the original comedy kings. The Richard Pryors, the Cedric the Entertainers. No diss to them, I got nothing against, like I said, Steve Harvey. I got nothing against Norman Smiley, D.L. Hughley. None of the great comedians, but Dave Chappelle is on another level funny. He's one of the greatest comedians of all time. Right? I grew up, me and my friends in the hood, growing up in Long Beach, grew up watching Dave Chappelle and his Chappelle show. But one of the main reasons why Dave Chappelle basically decided to take a break from the industry and go MIA and go to Africa and live out there for a few years because that man did not want to be rocking this. He said, I'm not wearing a skirt or a dress to be funny. You're not finna feminize me. And that's how Dave Chappelle felt. And he felt he was under too much pressure with it. So the man dropped out for a long time. And Kevin Hart had to explain that David Chappelle was never they was never after him, nothing like that. The man just wanted to take a break from it. Okay? But nowadays you can't have an opinion on this at all. They're gonna call you evil and you wicked, right? And this and that. And it's sad. As much as people have gotten on me, man, I'm not the only one who feels this way about it. Okay? And I'm letting you know that right now, from a biblical standpoint, why these people are doing this. Because it's very, very clear. And people are still ignoring that fact of what's really happening. But, don't just take my word for it. Let's hear the word from Kwame Brown. Matter of fact, shouts out to this brother here, Kwame Brown Bus Life. This man has not only exposed the hate from the media, like Stephen A. Smith, the biased media, right? Not only has he gotten on Charlemagne the God, he's got on Hassan Campbell's head and other people that need to be talked about. This man has been doing good in his community. This man has been talking about coding and trades that means something. This is one of the few YouTubers that I follow, and I stand by this man's corner. But let's say right here he got to say, because this is how I feel. And again, y'all got to stop calling me homophobic. You can't say I'm being prejudiced to LGBTQ when I'm on record saying I don't got a problem with them. My cousin Terrence, may God rest his soul, he passed away back in 2015. The man was openly gay and part of that community. But I loved him dearly. I just have a problem with, I'm just confused with Russell Westbrook wearing a skirt and dress, and he not trans. That's not who he really is. Yeah, he gonna do what he want to do, but some message and sense behind. But let's hear Kwame Brown.
Yeah, sorry you're around that weak weasel, baby. I mean, man. But you got to follow in me. I'm gonna follow you from here on out because your perspective is needed. We need women that are not afraid to actually tell the truth.
And before I continue on, for those who watch Kwame Brown's recent podcast, he had another woman on there. I think her name is Pressure or something like that. I'm sorry if I butcher her name, but shouts out to the other lady he had on there. And even she said he had a couple women on his podcast. They both said that they not gonna marry or date no man wearing no dress or no skirt. If they want to date somebody wearing a dress or skirt, they go lesbian. And I'm just telling you this right now. There are women would have a problem with Russell Westbrook wearing that skirt. Okay? Even my baby sister said the only way she'll date somebody wearing a skirt or a dress, they have to pay her enough to do it. Because she finds that weak. Again, ain't no straight man wearing no dress. Any man that wears a dress or a skirt, and especially if you're not a drag queen, you're not a cross-dresser, that's not who you are, I consider that weak. Because I'm going to let y'all know right now, off the real, most transgender men, transsexuals, they want to be called women anyway. They want to act like women. They hang around their female friends, their lady friends. They get, because in every group, and this is true, in every circle that you see women that conjugate and talk around, whether it be at work, whether it be at church, yes, that's right, the devil's in the church too, okay? Whether it be at a family picnic, a gathering, mall, anywhere you go, amongst like 5 group of women, there's always that one homosexual transgender male that wants to be a woman. And they start to talk like women. Their mannerisms, their speech, it's just like a woman. And they wind up getting the hormones put in. They start to change. They go get surgery. They go do what the Kardashian Jenners have done, and they get their face, they booty done, they get all that done. Okay? Those are the people you see that's most so in the porn industry or in the strip clubs, the gay ones, the transgenders. They all out there. They all around. Okay, so before I continue, a real woman who's straight, she don't want no man in no dress or skirt because it is not masculine at all, and it's insecurity. And plus, that shows a sign of weakness. That's somebody that can't protect them when danger comes. When they get hit on by a man that don't know what no means, okay, they feel those men cannot physically protect them. It's survival of the fittest in that regard. All right, I'm just putting it out there now. If you don't believe me, go ask your sister, go ask your mother, go ask your auntie, your grandma, your homegirl, anybody you know around that you know that's a woman, and ask them would they date a man, a straight man that's wearing a dress. Okay, would they go out with somebody wearing a dress like that looks like Caitlyn Jenner? But I continue.
And when they see a man that's telling the truth, don't demonize him. Just speak about what he's actually saying. And, that's how you have an all-inclusive conversation. It's going to take some women like this woman that's going to stand up and be real and not I'm not harming or hurting anyone. This is just my opinion. And it happened to go viral because it seems like they stump out any male, especially a black heterosexual male, opinion.
Now, for those who watched the Lil Boosie interview he did on the Breakfast Club recently about Lil Nas X, now, Boosie came respectfully. And Boosie wanted to clear the air because he was not trying to put any physical danger to Lil Nas X, but he had a problem with what Lil Nas X was doing when he's wearing women's clothes and getting butt naked on camera. He's pointing out because Lil Nas X is homosexual and he's gay, he gets to do and say anything he wants to do and not get checked for it. Okay? But when a straight artist does it, they can't get away with the same things. They can't say anything they want to do. Alright? And I'm gonna get on him in a little while longer, right? I'm gonna get the Lil Nas X. I'm gonna talk about him too. Because I want to real y'all something right now. Because a lot of y'all that's talking about certain artists being gay, you talking about the wrong ones. Okay? But again, what Kwame Brown is saying, you just can't have an opinion, right? So those who watch Lil Boosie's interview at the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne the God did not treat him the same way he treated Lil Nas X in that interview. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay? They was questioning Lil Boosie very hard with his opinions. Okay? And Lil Boosie kept on telling him a lot of gay people he knows listen to his music. They don't have a problem with him personally. And he doesn't have a problem with them, but he don't agree with certain things that's going on. And this man said it multiple times, I would not give my daughter away to to a lesbian marriage. You know, my daughter is grown. She can do what she want to do. I'm not going to be involved with it. Because that's just his opinions. And then Charlamagne and God kept giving him a hard time, kept pressing the issue. Okay? So I'm letting you know right now, there's agenda behind masculinity. They take it away. And Corey Brown is revealing it.
It's almost like it's not wanted. You got to demonize you if you say anything. Things that they're doing, the things that they're saying, there's 3 words they keep bringing up when it's a man that says something that's black. He's crazy. He's afraid. He's angry. Those words continuously come up when a black male, dark, heterosexual male, any black male, really.
Yeah, that's her name. Before I continue, Spitting Fire. It's not pressure, it's Spitting Fire. Y'all go watch this video. Because that's from a women's perspective. You want to get more on that. You know, shouts out to Spitting Fire.
Anything. It got to be something wrong with him. If he's not saying what we're saying, it has to be something wrong with him. And I'm just confused on why that is. What is so wrong with what I said? I wasn't raised around heterosexual. I didn't say anything about any other type of...
He meant to say he wasn't raised around homosexual. Okay? And I'm the same way. Like, I was mostly raised around heterosexual men. You know, a lot of even though my biological dad wasn't around, I still had my stepfather. And my stepfather, Ronald, wasn't playing that. And I call him my father because he treated me as such. Okay? And that includes my brothers, my cousins, right? My uncles. They wasn't going to have nobody around them. They wasn't going to be raising no sissies. Right? They knew that was not of God. That was of the devil. And let me say this too before I continue. Anybody that says that God accepts men and boys in dresses, that's an absolute lie from the pits of hell. That's the devil talking. All right? That. Anybody that says that, you basically fell for the trap. The devil basically got you. There's a scripture in Deuteronomy, the 22 chapter, that clearly says women are not to be wearing a man's cloak and men are not to be wearing a woman's garment. That's an abomination. It says that clearly in Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter. Now, I understand that the LGBTQ don't agree with what the Bible says. That's why they got their own Bible, which is the Queen James Version, which is completely blasphemy. But that is what thus said the Lord. Period. I didn't say it's what God said. That's the law. All right? No. God accepts men who repent of their sins, who want to change from wearing dresses. And their sins are forgiven. But men who continually go around here wearing skirts and dresses, right, because that's how they feel, that's what they want to do, then no, God's not going to accept that at all. I'm sorry. That's a command. That's just what it is. Okay? That don't mean I hate you. That don't make you any lesser than me. That don't mean I'm trying to talk like I'm above you. That's just what God says. See, y'all, I'm not playing around with the word of God. I'm a real Christian. All right, I'm a real man of God. I'm a real believer. And my beliefs are straight out that Bible. I live that Bible. I read my Bible every day. Okay? You know, I'm one of these YouTubers who's real about my faith. I don't play around at all. And I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Again, God strictly says a man is not to be wearing what a woman wears. I mean, skirts and dresses. And there are pants made specifically for men and jeans made specifically for the woman. All right? It's bad enough we're wearing extra tight skinny jeans. Okay? And I'll admit, that was one of my sins in the past. I wore one pair of super tight skinny jeans. I'll never do it again. Ever. It's bad enough in my modeling career. For those who go on my profile, my Z Reels profile, if you scroll deep enough, you see some of my modeling stuff. I've worn skinny jeans before. Looking like a skateboarder with my pants, with my skinny jeans sagging, with my shirt off, right? And all I had on a sweater on, looking like that, dude. No. It looks too weird. I'm not doing that again. Which is why I'm not in the fashion industry. I got against nothing about the industry. I got nothing against them, but that wasn't for me anymore. Okay? Because I'm a man, and I'm all about my masculinity. Okay? But I feel everything Kwame Brown is saying. Kwame, continue.
Or male. I said heterosexual men. Heterosexual men that I was raised up around. Dresses wasn't even in the conversation. Matter of fact, you might have got your ass whipped with some of the men. Matter of fact, I know you would have got your ass whipped. The men I grew up around, you asked them to put on a dress. Your ass gonna get whipped. And so I'm just not.
And fellas who are in the streets, I'm talking about hood, right? To all my brothers out there that's gangsters, all my cholos, my vatos, my usos, right? You know what I'm saying? Any of the Asian community that's out here gang banging, right? You gangsters, y'all know full well there ain't no straight man, ain't no real man out there in the streets that's hood like that, that's repping they set and they block, that's wearing either red or blue, red, whether you a blood or crip. Ain't nobody gonna be out here wearing no skirt, no dress. I'm sorry, that just ain't happening. All right. See, Russell Westbrook, he sometimes be throwing up his he be throwing up his set when he in that basketball court. This dude want to wear Nipsey Hussle or he want to wear the Crenshaw shirt. He know full well that Nipsey Hussle would not approve of him wearing no skirt, no dress. That if Russell Westbrook was to wear a skirt and a dress, he would not be able to hang around Nipsey if Nipsey was still alive. Let's be honest. Wearing a skirt or a dress is not gangster. This ain't the Boondocks. We had Gangsta-licious and you had Riley rocking that. Because Aaron Magruder even did an episode on that. And I clear, man. Aaron Magruder, man. Shouts out to Aaron Magruder on the Boondocks. For the 4 seasons on, that man told the truth. That man predict the future what this was going to happen. He said it. These artists, these celebrities, rappers wear these dresses and influence the youth. When, what was it, Gangsta-licious or Thug Nipsey was wearing those dresses? Sure enough, Riley was wearing a dress because he was influenced by it. Thug Nipsey was his favorite rapper of all time who felt was the greatest. So when Thug Nipsey and the Victor and Jackson crew was wearing those skirts and those dresses, so was Riley Freeman, and Huey said that it was weird. And he said that Riley needed to come in terms of what he is. I clear. The Boondocks said it best. And that was an episode done way back in 2006, 2007. And sure enough, fast forward to 2021, we in the future, we see Russell Westbrook and Lil Nas X wearing these skirts and these dresses. And they doing it for the influence. They doing it for the bad. Okay? They selling out right before your eyes. Alright? Don't get me wrong now. Everybody in the industry ain't doing this. Okay? That's not everybody. No, it's just only certain ones. So the Boondocks, Aaron Magruder tried to tell you what's up. Okay? But again, Coleman Brown here is a real man. Alright? And he coming from the perspective of the straight man.
They're not whipping ass for saying that. I still don't understand. Why are we so far removed from heterosexual men being able to say that that's not what we do? So, I don't get it. If it's not an agenda, somebody please tell me why are heterosexual men so afraid to say, no, we as heterosexuals don't do that.
But me, Kwame, I'm not afraid. I'm going to let y'all know right now. And I'll let it be known on my social media. For those who are on my Instagram and my Facebook, I hope y'all see this video. I'm not afraid to say that. Heterosexual men don't wear skirts or dresses. That's not what real men do. That's not gangster at all. I'm sorry, dude. It's not. Again, man, unless the man is in a script in his role, because even Wesley Snipes was dressed in drag, but that's not who he is off camera. Okay, I understand if you're a comedian, you doing it for the movies or whatever, but to do it as a fashion, to do it as a trend, because what Russell Westbrook is rocking, that's going to be in your department stores. When you go to these modeling exposés, right? You go to the runway show, you go to anything when it comes to a photo shoot, any one of these events, the clothes that those models are wearing, those are previews to what's going to be shipped in your stores. Okay? I'm letting you know that right now. The skirt, the dress, the outfit that Russell Westbrook was wearing, the same weekend Kid Cudi was doing it, because they both had on blue hair, they both wearing the same thing, right? That's getting ready to be rocked. They getting ready to sell that to the men's department. Okay? Millions of little kids gonna be influenced and look up to these rappers. They look up to Kid Cudi or even Lil Nas X or Russell Westbrook. They gonna be thinking it's okay to wear dresses, skirts, and these same little kids gonna be going in their mamas or their sisters' closets trying on clothes, trying on heels, like Jamal Lyon did on Empire. All right, so I'm letting y'all know that now off the top that this is what's getting ready to go on. All right, and I feel what Corey Brown's saying. Heterosexual men, they need to stop being scared and speak up. Because I don't care what happens to me. I'm speaking my mind. Right? I'm speaking the truth. Now, we're going to look at something very, very deep. And I want people to pay attention. Because for years now, people have got on Jay-Z. You went at 50 Cent. You went at J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. All right? You went at Eminem. For years, Bone Thugs and Harmony, you name it. A lot of these rappers, these so-called preachers, so is G. Craig Lewis fake behind, right? The Pastor Chronicles, hacking the headlines, Alex Jones, Zachary K. Hubbard, RFG the Chosen One, etc. All these so-called truthers, right? All these YouTubers that went at these celebrities, call them Saint Tab and they the devil, and none of them have done what you about to see now. Okay? Now, this title, this is just being sarcastic. You're going to hear from Carcino for Life and his perspective of this, but I want y'all to see something. Out of everybody who's ever been involved in hip-hop, none of them done what you about to see what this particular artist have done. What Lil Nas X is doing in this music video you see it now, Jay-Z has never, ever, ever done this at all. Jay-Z has said it numerous times he does not worship the devil. He doesn't study Aleister Crowley. He's denied having anything to do with Satan. And I have the proof on my video. Right? And I understand Miles McClendon has watched my videos. Shouts out to Miles B. I know you changed your name. Miles has watched my videos, right? But the main reason why I got on Miles because Jay-Z was the wrong person. Miles, like many other YouTubers, was going at Jay-Z for clout because it's an easy way for them to get attention. But neither one of them have went at Lil Nas X at all. Everybody has avoided Lil Nas X. You scared to talk about this dude. See, when artists that are satanic and when these artists, the artists around who do worship the devil, nobody talks about them at all. None of them at all talks about these artists that really are satanic. Okay? G. Craig Lewis has not only talked about Nipsey Hussle, he's also talked about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is not a demon at all. Lil Wayne has never stand on no pentagram like this. You ain't never seen Lil Wayne do this in any one of his shows at all. Never. And there's artists such as Nicki Minaj and Drake that don't have nothing to do with this guy. There's artists that Lil Nas X wanted to work with that didn't give him a response. I'm going to show you where trolling and doing it for the bag goes way too far. And this guy is showing you exactly what he signed for, exactly who he is. Okay? And I want everybody to pay very close attention to this next part of the video.
From people have a vast imagination. Oh no. He went all in. People know what that seal means. People know what this means. And that's a picture of him. He showed you exactly who he is. I'm proud of Little Nas X. We should be proud.
And before y'all judge him, please continue watching the video. Because I know I know this for a lot too. A lot of people that talk trash about me, a lot of people who say things about me, they don't watch the entire video at all. People got very short attention spans. Okay? Before you go up saying things about me and say things about Carcino for Life here, please watch the entire video and finish watching the entire video before you talk. Okay? Because this is very important. This is going to get to my point.
I am very proud of this man for living his truth and showing the world exactly who he is. He didn't cut a deal with the devil, and he knows it. He's living his truth.
Now let me continue, right? Let me chime in. Now I recently watched Lil Nas X interview on the Breakfast Club. This man here, now this is a young man who's 22 years old. Now I'm 31, so I'm from a much older generation. So this young man, it's up to people like me to tell people like this the truth. This is somebody who's confused about what he got into. He don't understand what's really going on. He doesn't understand the agenda. He doesn't understand that there's a real devil out here. Satan is really down here right now. And see, this is the thing, right? The devil wants you to focus the attention on innocent people while he brings his people in. Nobody would have never thought that Lil Nas X would be satanic. Okay? Now, from watching that interview from the Breakfast Club, Lil Nas X say he's basically trolling. Right? Yeah, the man, I understand that the man is gay. So I understand why he's basically doing videos of him pregnant and him in a dress because that's him being gay. But to be satanic and worship the devil like he's doing, And then same video, this man's giving the devil a lap dance. No, Nicki Minaj, as much as y'all talk about Rihanna, Rihanna has never ever done that at all. Ever. You ain't never see Rihanna in no pentagram with no demon like this here, hopping on the devil's lap, shaking her booty for him. Never. You ain't never seen Lil Wayne do that, Jay-Z, none of them. Biggie ain't even done that. And Biggie has done some heinous stuff too, but not like that. Tupac would never have done that at all. Right? The odds you think that satanic really ain't. This man is literally the only one that literally went all the way, took it to a whole nother level. The devil is in your face. The devil is showing you exactly who he is. So for all you people who went at Jay-Z, you owe that man an apology. Him and Beyonce. Beyonce would never have done this at all. Beyonce knows better. As much as y'all talk about Beyonce, Beyonce has never ever worshipped the devil and has never gave her soul to the devil at all. Her being a demon, that was all fake. Okay? Meanwhile, the devil is getting people in disguise to go undetected. But you let people talk over them, they're going to reveal who you are. Now, in that episode, Lil Nas X is somebody who's lost. This is a lost soul. He don't understand what's going on. He really don't. Because this man straight said, I'm still that, even though I'm wearing all these dresses in this, I'm still that nigga, right? But yet, this is the same man that could go on an interview and said, F your kids. This man said, F you to the same kids who were basically looking up to him, praising him, right? This young man went up to these schools, signing autographs, taking pictures with all these children from kindergarten to 5th grade, all these middle schools and high schools he went up to doing his little tour, right? I think this was like last year too, man, when he did Old Town Road, which basically is his biggest song, right? When he did Old Town Road, kids looking up to him. He got kids who are actually gay, being proud to come out the closet, but you saying F them? That's big disrespectful to every parent that allowed their children to even get into Lil Nas X. So basically, you disrespecting these kids' parents. That's something I can't tolerate. I'm sorry. I'm not going to call this guy a coon, but you know what time it is. This is black foolery. I said it. Foolery. You a fool. Okay? Lil Nas X is what's wrong with hip-hop and rap, period. In general, he is the problem. He is the issue. Because Lupe Fiasco, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, right? Sean Puffy Combs, none of them were doing this. Mace wasn't doing this. Lil Kim wasn't doing this. I could keep going on the line. Rest in peace to The Punisher. Rest in peace to DMX. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to Havoc, right? Excuse me, not Havoc, but Prodigy. Shouts out to Havoc. My bad. But rest in peace to Prodigy, right? Prodigy would never do this. Prodigy would never be a sellout. KRS-One would never be a sellout. Okay? Even RP to Triple X Tentacion. As much as crazy stuff Tentacion did, he ain't never did this. Now, Tentacion had respect for other people's religion. He never did this at all. Ever. You'll never see Tentacion as deep and depressing as his videos was. He never did this. And neither has Odd Future Wolfgang. Tyler Creator never did this. Earl Sweatshirt never did this. Haji, none of them done this. So there's a strict difference between who's really worshiping the devil, who's not. This is the main reason why I called out a lot of other YouTubers, because most of them don't actually read the Bible. None of them don't pay attention at all. You don't. Yeah, y'all act like y'all scared to talk about Lil Nas X. Shouts out to Pastor Geno Jennings. Because Geno Jennings is not afraid. He came out and hit him straight up. Where's G. Craig Lewis when we need him? He didn't talk all that mess about these other rappers, but yet, what about Lil Nas X? And I'm going to look to see if G. Craig Lewis did a video on Lil Nas X. If he hasn't, I'm doing another video on G. Craig Lewis. I'm going to tell you that right now. Shout out to Seiko Woods. He's been exposing G. Craig Lewis for not even being a real pastor. Okay? Where's Beanie Hen? All you rappers that had something negative to say about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj ain't even responded to this dude. When Lil Nas X went on the Breakfast Club and said that he tried to contact Nicki Minaj to do a song, Nicki Minaj didn't even respond to him at all. Why? Because Nicki Minaj ain't down with this. She ain't. That's not that she don't get down with the devil. I'm sorry. Y'all talked about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is not a demon. Lil Wayne has said openly When he dropped Carter 5, before he dropped Carter 5, he said he had a relationship with God. So why would Lil Wayne do something like this? Hell no, man. Master P ain't never done this at all. Nobody from No Limit did this at all. Lil Nas X clearly sold his soul and don't understand why he actually do it. He's lost. The man straight said that he'll know where we go when we die. So it tells you off the top he's confused. Yet the man even said on the Breakfast Club that his dad is a gospel singer. He sings gospel music, makes gospel music. So you have to know about heaven or hell. Complete blasphemy and disrespectful to the word of God. Because in the same video, this man was just having sex with a snake in the Garden of Eden, getting pregnant, wearing, looking like Eve, yet gonna go down the hill and do this with the devil. So, I'm letting you know this off the top. These are the artists y'all need to be getting on. Y'all need to leave Jay-Z alone. That's why I got on you, Miles McClennan. For all you people that's getting on my head, right, about Miles McClennan. Miles McClennan changed his name to Miles B for a reason, because I was telling the truth. You don't see Miles talk about me at all doing responsibility with me, because he was in the wrong. You can't make a video saying that smoking weed and seeing Jay-Z while on my way to hell, yet Jay-Z has never once worshipped the devil like this at all. And yet Miles B made a video saying, should weed be legal in the Bible? The man admit in his video he did on weed that he liked to be unsober. So he admit that he liked smoking weed. So the whole video he did on Jay-Z was extremely contradictory. Alright, he contradicted himself. He was in the wrong. Because at the end of the day, Jay-Z did not tell him to smoke that blunt. Jay-Z did not tell him to go to that bachelor pad and sin. He did. But Lil Nas X is the real devil worshiper, not Jay-Z. So we cleared it up right now.
And they're going to shower him with fame and money. Proud of this brother. Thank you. Thank you, Little Nas X. I am very proud that you unveiled into the world your true intentions. And you're living your truth and not living a lie. He could have deceived and led everybody down the primrose path. Been that Pied Piper, blowing that pipe, leading people to their destruction. Now you have visual as to see what not to do.
Keyword, he says what not to do. Okay? So Lil Nas X will tell you right off the top, this is who I am. And I told you for the Breakfast Club, he's somebody who's very confused because from him talking, you don't get that vibe that he's actually gay at all. Okay, you don't get that vibe from him. If you was the way he talks, he don't talk like someone that's really into men like that. Which tell me he could just be doing it for clout. And that's what my friend AJ told me. Shouts out to Aaron Johnson, a local rapper from Long Beach. He's also on the money team. Shouts out to him. Okay, he's out here trying to make it. And he told me a lot of these people, these artists, do things for clout. And even he said that being gay is a sin. But Lil Nas X is telling you what time it is. They clearly did it for the bag. So now you see what an actual sellout is versus all these other artists you be talking about who ain't. Tekashi 6 he's another sellout because that man was also wearing a purse. Alright? Dyeing his hair rainbow colors looking feminine. Yeah, he's supposed to be a gangster. No, I'm sorry, man. I gotta say these things. These things need to be said and they need to be exposed. So I'm exposing the real Satanists. I'm exposing the real devil worshippers. Not the ones that people have lied on.
For all the rest of us, we have the example right here of what idolizing people looks like. All those people who love the Old Town Road, they are pulling their kids away now. Guess what his demographics is today, ladies and gentlemen? In 2021, it's more African Americans listening to him now.
Which is extremely sad. It really is. Compared to white folks who have pulled their kids away. The white community ain't supporting them no more. Why it's got to be the black folks? Okay? Y'all need to ask yourself that. They use this man as a agenda to get you all to sell out and all to go to hell. I'm telling that right now. To my black women, my brothers and sisters, we got to be careful of what we watch. We got to be careful what our kids is listening to. We got to protect ourselves. It does say in the Bible to guard your ears. Watch your eyes what you see.
And it's no longer the 8-year-olds. No, he's got the 18 to 24. 18 to 24, African American, 67%. See, those numbers was back when Old Town Road was out. Now, the African American community, 18 to 24, are gravitating to him.
This is also what y'all got to understand too. That when you work for the devil, you know what I'm saying, you sell your soul, you got to let the devil know that you serve him. Okay? A real Satanist going to let you know that they're serving Lucifer. All right? I'm just letting you off the top. And I said this in my past videos. A real true Satanist is not going to hide who they are. So all these artists are trying to hide things subliminally, like, no, A real devil worshiper going to tell you off the top that they gave their soul to the devil. Then there was another female rapper named Cashla. She was a Caucasian rapper. Female rapper. And she did a video openly saying that she sold her soul to the devil because things was bad and getting hard. Things was bad for her and her family. So she had to sell her soul to the devil, and she made a song about it. And it was in a satanic church doing exactly what he's doing, not in the same way, but she was dancing in there. And at the very end of the video, they know the FBI, the police was coming for her, and she basically committed suicide in a subliminally way. Cashla. That's the same woman that was actually the one did a camera of herself drinking pee. She drank her own urine in a milk carton or a juice carton. Very nasty. Okay, she was a real Satanist. Cashla. Or Kessler. I think that's how you say her name, but she was also a satanic artist. Alright? Marilyn Manson, another satanic artist who I talked about in my Antichrist video, which I did on the real Antichrist. And before he continues, the vaccine is clearly what y'all need to be. Y'all need to be worried about no vaccine. Everybody worried about the vaccine. That's what the devil wants you to focus on. While he presents people like Lil Nas X right in front of you, and you don't say nothing.
You see? And they're marketing that. They're using him as the tool. But I'm proud of him for being that example for us not to be. Now you got something to tell your kids, hey, stay away from that. That's the road you don't go down. The man that gave you a visual aid. And when he goes here, he knows his destiny. He knows where he's going with gasoline draws on.
So now y'all have it. Now you see what to stay away from, people. Okay? So people need to stop talking about me, right? That I don't know what I'm talking about. Stop getting on me for defending artists such as Jay-Z, right? A lot of y'all got in the video, but I checked G. Craig Lewis would talk about Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey would never do this. Nipsey would never sold his cell. That man never sold out at all. Nipsey knew better than that. Okay? Some of these people tell you things they don't know what they're talking about. They don't understand. This lets you know right off the top, we in our last days. Seeing this here. Lil Nas X is showing you what time it is. Okay? Just as God got his army, the devil got his army too. Alright? So I'm just keeping it real. This is what we dealing with here. These are the artists that's satanic. Everybody in the industry ain't did this. Mac Miller didn't do this. Rest in peace. Alright? Lil Pup, Lil Xan, none of them did this. Chief Keef ain't selling his soul like that. You don't see none of this in Chief Keef's videos. Kevin Gates, none of them. Young Jeezy, none of them. Why? Because they were smarter than that. Much smarter than that. Okay? Even Crunchback said it in his he said it on Vlad TV. That's not what, and I'm gonna do another video on him too. Because I'm gonna show you that everybody didn't, I'm gonna show you proof that everybody didn't sell their soul. But even Juicy J, from 3-6 Mafia. He didn't do this at all. Okay? So again, y'all gotta understand what we dealing with here, man. We dealing with a real devil. There's a real devil down here. And this man here, Lil Nas X, is part of that army. He's part of the devil's army. Believe it or not, there's actual Satanists. And a real Satanist, the real ones who worship the devil in their church, they're basically active while we're all asleep. So while all of us is in the bed in between 11 and like 4 or 5 in the morning, they're up worshiping the devil, chanting their spirits, chanting their souls, chanting, worshiping the devil, doing all their witchcraft. And Lil Nas X is amongst them. Okay, this is who they releasing to the world.
He going. So he is sacrificing himself to show you all that he has signed up for. And you know exactly what to stay away from, and it's up to you to educate your children. This is the visual aid you need to stay away.
We're doing too much. The gay community, they want to be seen and heard. I know a lot of people say now, I turn around, all I see is gay, see, I'm tired of seeing is gay. Well, there was a time when white folks started seeing black people in a lot more things in the 60s and the 70s, being on TV and ads and commercials and so forth, TV shows and movies. I'm quite sure there's some rednecks saying, I'm tired of seeing them goddamn niggas on TV every time I turn around, they on something.
See, this is a growing problem with people such as this. You had a failed career and you didn't quite make it to the stage that you wanted to. And the comic channel that y'all got blew up, and then you start putting your face on there and they hired you to come on or whatever y'all doing on there. And because I remember before, they never even showed anybody's face on the channel. Then the channel blew up, comedy hype, and now they put you guys on the show. So I don't know if you're a part owner or whatever, but this has been the biggest thing you've been a part of. Because you have been a person who has always said the wrong thing at the wrong time and it blew up. So now you want to say the right thing so you can get back in those rooms. And this is what they do. They let people like this get the light to leave you distracted.
And these are the type of people like this man here that I have to put up with for stating having my own opinion. Again, no disrespect to my family and friends who I've had to debate this, who had a problem with me, but it's people like this man here that make you feel bad about having something negative to say about satanic stuff, about satanic culture. They're the ones that make you feel bad about having a negative opinion about people like Russell Westbrook wearing a dress that ain't gay. And that's not who they are. That pretty much sell off with a bag. These are the people I have to put up with. These are the people I have to argue with and keep explaining myself because they don't understand how I feel what I feel. Okay? They want to make me feel bad. They want to guilt trip me because I'm not going to go along with something. I'm not part of go along, get along. I'm not going to go along with what Lil Nas X is doing. Because I'm not going to accept Lil Nas X worshiping the devil and praise it and feel like that's the okay thing to do. Yeah, we in a free country, but the man is clearly disrespecting God. And because I don't agree with Russell Westbrook wearing that skirt and that dress, and I say that skirt is not a kilt, they want to make me feel bad about it. It's men like this people here, like this guy here. This dude. This bozo, this clown. You watch out for people like this here, because they're the ones who are programming people to think a certain way. That's why they're on TV. The devil uses people like that man here to brainwash you and to brainwash the next generation. Okay? And that's what Carcino for Life is trying to explain.
That's why I say I'm so proud of Lil Nas X, because it highlight people like this to come out and give you the misinformation. Basically disinformation. And people like myself, Kwame Brown, Don't forget to follow him at Kwame Brown Bus Talk, Self Talk. Everybody who's been talking, and there's others. Straight Talk TV is plenty. HDT.
And your boy ZTR the Preacher Man. You can like, subscribe to the channel if you feel like. I don't go force somebody to do something they want to do, but again, I'm speaking out on this too. Okay, so the following people Carcino Fulai just mentioned, I'm down with that crew. I'm on that side of the fence when it comes to this issue, because this is becoming a serious problem. They're using people like him, Lil Nas X, and Russell Westbrook to pretty much feminize and take away masculinity. They want to feminize men. They don't want no testosterone-driven men no more. That's not the thing anymore. They want everybody to be beta males. They're eliminating the alpha. They are programming you for the Antichrist to come right in, because the devil is coming. The Antichrist is here, believe it or not. Okay? So while people are focused on the vaccine, you got this stuff going on now. The one world government is forming right before your eyes. Okay? That lets you know God's coming back when you got straight men out here wearing skirts and dresses that look like that's something that comes from their wife's closet. It looks like something their girlfriend would wear on their date. Okay? It's not normal at all. That's not the era I grew up in. I'm sorry. I can't accept that. And I'm going to stay true to my word. I'm going to stay true to my opinion. I'm not going to back down. And I understand people ain't going to like this video. They ain't going to like what I have to say. But it's the truth. And me being a man of God, me being for to be a leader, right? Me getting ready to be a pastor one day and be able to preach the word. I got to tell you the truth. I got to tell you what thus says the Lord. God has a serious problem with what's going on in the world, especially in our country alone. Y'all, this is why we finna get judged. We about to get judged very, very harshly. And I pray that there's people out here that accepted Christ into their life, whether you believe it or not. I don't want to see nobody go to hell, but now we're seeing it for the very first time. We're seeing somebody go that's on their way to hell. We're watching the people go to hell right now on an everyday basis. It's up to people like me and the other believers to tell you the truth. So shouts out to all the YouTubers who are preaching the actual word. The ones that not just tell you about the mark of the beast and don't mention God. Because that's a problem too. Some of you YouTubers need to stop playing with God. You can't talk about the mark of the beast. And you can't talk about the vaccine being evil and you don't mention how God can save people. You don't mention how God can help you and save you from such harm and danger. There's nothing wrong with the vaccine at all. That's not what you need to be worried about. You can't talk about the Antichrist and you don't talk about how God's going to come back and rapture up his believers, the people that believe in him, the people who are saved, the people who accepted God into their hearts. You can't talk about that and not mention God. It's false prophecy. It makes you a false preacher. Now you understand why I went so hard on RG the Chosen One. Because he's another fool. He's another idiot. Alright? But anyways, y'all, that's the video. Now I hope that this reaches somebody and that y'all learn something. Because I'm not out here playing around. No, this is serious. We got a serious issue. And see, I'm going to be true to who I am. I'm a heterosexual male. I got a problem with stuff like this. Anyways, folks, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you learned something. As always, you stay blessed.